Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is NutRaisin. I shall be playing PLO 10 on runotonce.eu, Phil Gelfand's new poker site, and that's... Hey, what happened? There were like 40 people at PLO 10 15 minutes ago. Oh well, fair enough. We shall get into some action in any case. Yeah, things are looking good. 3 tables. Already, 4th one pending. Good stuff. So it turns out it is not Fun Play Sunday, at least not officially. I mean, it certainly will be on this channel, but the promotion is not currently going on Run It Once. Which is fair enough. That kind gentleman that sponsors the promotions has been done more than enough already. So, and from what I hear, he's cooking up something new as well. Wait, did I unmute my mic this time? Oh yeah, things are looking up. Getting better at this. Right. First hand of the day, and it's a folder. Fair enough. And fold it is. Yeah, folding this one as well. In the small blind, out of position. Not a great hand in any case, not even suited to the jack. It's fine, let's see, this is a little different. First of all, it is suited to the jack, although there's a higher card in there. That's a much nicer hand. The Jack Queen 10, Singer suited in hearts, and we're closing the action, and we shall. You know, it's not a bad board all in all. You got the wrap. Let's say we have all the straight draws. Backdoor flush draw. Any card in our hand is gonna make us a straight. And a nut straight at that. Not just any straight. I'm still just gonna call. I mean, there's might be a spot to raise it up sometimes, maybe. Oh, okay. He's all in. I was just why this raise size? But all in explains it. Yeah, no, we're going with it for sure. We have decent equity even if we're up against a set, which we probably are in at least one spot. Up here, I mean, I have to fold it. These are not strong enough. First big hand of the day coming up. Let's go. Top set there. Middle set there. Okay, fair enough. And bottom set. Wow. Jesus Christ. So that was quads, right? If he had a set as well. Hey, Thomas. Welcome back, mate. Good of you for tuning in. Thanks. Okay. Here we're gonna have to fold. See what did happen in that last hand. Let's check it out. Yeah, that dude made quads, Barry, and he left. Oh no, Barry is up there. Never mind, it's all good. Well, we had a whole bunch of equity. They were all blocking each other's outs. Like everyone, like all the cards on the flop, everyone had a set. Wow, I'm not sure if I've seen that before. We had excellent equity there. I would love to run this one through a equity analyzer, whatever it's called. Front a button, that's a fine open, but I'm not c-betting this board. Now with the 8 blocker, I might. Not blocking any diamonds. I'm not gonna get up to any shenanigans just yet. Get double suited kings down here. That's a pretty crappy sidecars, but they are double suited kings, so let's go with it for now. And see what comes off it. Let's do the races again. I seem to remember that happened last time we had kings. No, never mind, that was on table 1. So here we're gonna call, I think is the move. Interesting. Not sure if we can fold yet. Depends probably on this bet size. No, not for this bet size for sure. And now we turn a straight and a gutter, and we're blocking a straight a little bit. But it doesn't bet too big. This is an very strange bet size in my mind. Like, it's not doing this with aces, is he? Could come over the top here. Let's not. This is, I don't know, not the greatest card, but it's not the worst. I've made him 2 pair, but we'll see. First we get aces up here. I mean, half a mind to hero call him here, and it's not more than a hero call. I'm saying it would be a great call. Let's do it. Yes! Wow, Shazam! Jesus. And here we make a full house again. This one I'm gonna raise. Even though it's not a, not full house, but it's a pretty decent one. We get called and we're good, right? Unless we're splitting. So Jonathan here, huh? He's... I'm not sure if he's a blue shirt down here on table 3, but he has some moves. And keep in mind that he might not be a proper blue shirt, but for now, I think that color suits him. And how nice of a start is that for the session? Up a little more than 1 buy-in. Alright, just a second. I have no idea about this one. I think it might be strong enough to call. I don't think it's strong enough to raise. I'll check it out after the hand is over. Actually, I can check it out right now, because the pre-flop is done. We're in the small blind against the button. Ace queen at 6, huh? Single suited. Not quite. It's close, but not quite a call. Actually, there's no calling with similar hands. There's raise calling and a little bit more raise folding. I guess that makes sense. I mean, in a short second there wasn't any calling in the small blind, I believe. Like almost none. Interesting. I mean, every once in a while we're gonna be good, and we are good, wow. We're using up all the run good for the day right away. Might come back and haunt us. Took it down there pre. Well, no, we didn't. We got a walk. Aww. Folding here seems okay. Especially against the blue shirt out of position. Folding here. This is gonna be nice. On the button, the ace, queen, jack 3. The double suited. Power limp. The power limp. Let's give him a green shirt for that, like right away, so we have some better idea of who we're up against. Is it who we're up against or whom we're up against? Eh. Ooh. I don't care who or whom we are up against, we have a nice board. No matter the opponent. Yeah, I'm gonna raise it up, I'll keep you updated. Fair enough. Made a few big blinds there. I'll be back in a second. Alrighty. So on table 1 we check folded on the turn. Here we take it down pre again. This is one nitty tail, except for Jonah here. This is also a decent hand. It's not suited to the ace, so we prefer not to play it multi-bay. Betting half pot again. Sounds good. You should be careful if this guy now calls. If he raises, we're out right away. Yeah. I'm closing the action. This is fine. Even triple suited. PLO empty! Welcome back, mate. Thanks for the good luck. Can, you know, always use good luck. Even raising is an option here. Folding sometimes maybe 2. Don't know. 2 pair up here in a gutter. Down here we're gonna have to fold with just the gutter. We do have a bunch of overcards, but this bet size. He bets full pot and we are out. A little bit too much. Not too much is the ace king jack 7 suited to the king. In position, 3-handed. Not folding this against the raise. And flop a gutter, backdoor, some blockers. Check it. Make the topest of pair, blocking the straight. Might be worth a shot here. A little less. Nice. Taking it down. Ah, we're certainly off to a good start. Haven't taken down one big pot, taken down a few small ones here and there. Good stuff. Yep, sounds good to me. Suited to the ace. The 3 is kinda meh, but on the button it's fine. Checking here. We got a nice hand coming up on table 3. Table 4 we get the bet into the ace king 5 deuce here. Just gonna let it go. We take it down pre again on this table, Jesus. These people are asleep. Well, this is a lazy Sunday afternoon, so who am I to begrudge them some laziness? Raising this one, blind versus blind. Okay, hang on, stuff's happening all over. Always tough, the small blind. Oof. And double oof. Because this is what happened here. And we get raised on the queen 5-5 board, this is awesome. Just gonna call there, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna bet on the bigger end now. Okay, let's move over here. Here we have to check now. We'll make a straight, we have the 8 of hearts. Not sure if I'm gonna fold. Here we might get it all in. So here I'm gonna call because I have the 8 of hearts. That's like the reason why I'm doing it. Nice. And here we get called, now we get to put it all in. And you know, those good luck wishes are working out, PLOMT. Ooh. It's not like we had him on the ropes, he had us on the ropes with quads there. Nice answer. Nice hand, nice hand. Wait, that was the wrong one. Nice hand. What can you do? Get quadded. What kind of hand did he call previous though? I only saw the 5s. 5-5-6-4. Double suited, yeah, that's fine. Here I'm gonna raise it up. Out of position, I don't wanna play this one passively out of position. That's a good approach. Also a decent day forward here. Comes over the top, I'm not gonna be happy, but I have to call. Do I? Yeah, it on BB. Well, I'm not gonna fold if he bets, but I think all in all checking is alright here. If a straight draw ourselves, this is a bet size we can call. We would have called any, but still. Might have to lay this down now. The only thing that really missed is the flush draw. Could have, because we're not having any spades ourselves, but I'm I have to lay this down. Every once in a while I beat him or something, but I don't know, I doubt it. I think I checked the flop here, and I'm gonna go for a delay c-bet. And that's wait, weird, they were three-handed, I didn't see that. Oops. Oof, thank you, Drew. It's a very foldy table down there, that table 3. Curious why. It looks weird in the chat on my end. Check that out for a second. Oof. It was a bit aggressive. Raising this sounds good to me. Take it down. Raising this one sounds good as well. Oh no, never mind, it's all good. Chat, fair enough. Oh, no. I thought it was folded to us there. Just calling is alright, I guess. Flop the second nuts. Both backdoor flushes. We have a gutter to even better straight. The 8 in my hand, I'm not gonna bet. Really? Let's see him take it down with like a 10-6 there. Eight, 9, yeah, 9 high straight, okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, I could have just let out, and I probably should have. It was a mistake. Not because of how the hand ended, but just generally speaking, I think would have preferred a lead there on the flop. Yeah, sounds good to me. Alright, now we can't do anything here. I was gonna say, alright, let's play a pot. But not against a 3-bet. It's asking a bit much. Would have been a dicey spot. Good fold, no matter what the flop brings. I think it's strong enough to raise. It might be, actually. Actually, let's learn something. Let's check that out. Big blind versus button now. Folding it now, of course, and was the ace 9 8 7. call. Yep. Fine. It's the sleepy dude, I'm gonna... You know what, against the sleepy dude I'm gonna lay this down. He's very tight. Otherwise my default here would be to raise it. I don't wanna raise an easily dominated hand against the sleepy dude out of position for the rest of the hand. Yep, I think that's good. Nope, tiny pot. You do have middle pair, but nah. Not blocking any potential straights there. This one is really close, I think. Like, make this 4 a 5, and we're raising. As is, I think it's a fine fold. 10-9, 6-4. Let me check up on that as well. Small blind versus cutoff. Oof, interesting. It was 10-9, 6-4 it was, right? You know, I'm betting if he checks again. Yeah. So it has to be a fold. Remember the hand correctly? What's still going on? 10-9, 6-4, yeah. Oh, it's all good. Supposed to be a fold. Take it down here. Decided to raise it up here. With a so-so hand. But it is a splash pot. Now we bought position and people go nuts in splash pots. I don't mind joining. All the reasonable hands. I think this time I'm gonna c-bet this. Like, more often than not I'll probably just check here. Especially seeing that we have no spades. But all in all, this shouldn't be his favorite board except for the spades. And that worked out nicely. This one I'm not sure about at all. Let's check it out after the preflop is over. I think it is a raise. 2 of the button in middle position. Wow, it's definitely a raise because you're just gonna flop the world. I'm gonna bet it too. Queen 7x, close, it's right at the cutoff. With the Queen 8 would be. Raise call, raise fold sometimes. It's a bad card because it's gonna cost us action. Unless he has the straight. But people always think about aces. I do. Nice. Here I'm gonna raise it up with the perfectly double-suited rundown from the 9 to the 6. Don't mind playing this one out of position for a big pot. Because it plays pretty easy post-flop. Yeah, I'm gonna have potted it as well. Ooh, we get a nice flop for it on table 1. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, we're just gonna have to call. Ace-10 is no good. Quad it again! Wow! Jesus Christ! Jesus! Hey, nice answer. Jesus Christ, quad twice, huh? In like what? 20 minutes? Okay, today's the day of the quads, and also this guy's very active. This time there's no question, we're gonna have to look him up. Oh, no, you're kidding me. What's going on? Oh man. Losing against the flush there would have been much more bearable. Oh lordy lord. The RNG gods are angry with me for having picked this stream title. It was too braggy. I was afraid of that. Oh well. Jesus. checking here. Certainly checking on table 1. On table 4 we are gonna c-bet. Table 2 with 10, 8, 6, 7 I'm gonna fold. Table 1 on the king-king board I'm gonna fold as well to a very small bet. But you better do 3 people there. Now take it down here. Just some consolation. The Jack 10, 6, 5 is a fine open. Can probably be called, I would say, if we get raised. Not the droids we're looking for. Just gonna check this one through. Having no clubs, not gonna get up to anything. Let's go for it. Not convinced this will work. As I said, this always works, and I was completely convinced. Now, basically having the jack there, blocking the straight, and having various cards around the jack, seemed fine after we checked it twice there on table 2 on the flush board. Table 3, sorry. One of the button, I think this is okay-ish. What a board, what a board. I think this might have been a tad to lose with the 6 in there. I'm definitely gonna fold it. Actually, against Jonah, I'm gonna call this it's not a great hand by any means, I am aware. Tequila Ua! I needed a moment there to figure out the name. Tequila Ua, thank you very much for following. Yeah, it's very, very nice of you. So now we make 2 pair. We have a gutter to the nuts. Don't have any diamonds though. I'm gonna call and see if I can take it away on the river. This is basically, well... yeah, I mean, he doesn't have too many 7-10s or 5-7s in his 3-betting range there. I wouldn't. He might. Even without a diamond, I'm gonna bet this for sure. We can't win the hand in any other way. Never gonna win this at showdown. We do have the jack. I think with him checking, he probably doesn't have a flush. Let's watch. No snap. Whew. Not getting quartered this time, huh? Got quartered twice. Oh man. Next up, straight flushes. Let me know if the music is too loud or if it's too annoying. I have it on for the stream. For me personally, I could do without. Raise fold with the ace jack 5-5 under the gun. Suited to the ace, but still gonna fold it against aggression. That might be a little bit different if this guy now raises, because we would have position. Check behind. Turn a gutter. Really, what if they both check again? This is a very foldy table. These are the very foldy dudes as well. I'm gonna try to go for it. Ooh, that saves us some money right there. Appreciate it, sir. Return a gutter now. Ace is kind of interesting. Generally speaking, he has way more aces than we do in the big blind there. And here we got saved by the bell. I'm gonna go for it. So, all the straight draws missed. We blocked the straight draws a little bit, having the 7 and the 8 ourselves. But all this is moot, and we take it down. Decent hand to play heads up here on table 2. We're not, of course not looking to play it multi-way. Not being suited to the ace is always a bummer in that regard. So we flop Zilch. Zilch with a pair of deuces on top. Well, actually no, we do have the ace of clubs. That might come in handy at some point. Ooh, not against this bet sizing, that's fair. And next song. Not saying this one is bad, but I can't have someone talking at me while I'm talking at and with you. That's a little bit too much going on in my head then. We're gonna let this one go in the small blind as well. I have been very kindly made aware of by the chat that I was way too loose in the small blind initially. Having come from a short stack background, which very need to be very tight as well, but I kind of over-adjusted in the other direction. I thought, hey, look at all these blinds I can play with. Let's go! And I'm toning that down, and I think that was perfectly standard. Against the button, that is fine, with the ace and the king in our hand. Might occasionally re-raise this, actually. Sometimes lead this, but not with 3 diamonds. Oh, I definitely am. Oh. Do I want to get raised off my equity? That's the question. I don't think he is gonna raise. Nice. Not our board. We have the Queen of Clubs is making me want to bet here a little. Sometimes this actually works. This is not that time though. With the small bet sizing, it doesn't need to work all that often for it to be profitable. Actually, let's go with a different sort of music for now. Folding that. Sounds good to me. Raising that blind versus blind, not folding against the raise, and is strong enough. Flop 2 pair in the gutter. I think I'm checking pretty much everything in a blind versus blind spot. With the queen in my hand, betting here is okay. Yeah, get raised, and with those side cards I think I can call. I think it's close. Could also fold. So we flop. Let me count. Nothing. Fair enough. Here he opened, he raised, and I decided to come over the top, having all the Broadway cards. Start out by checking, and this is a very decent card. All in all. Now Ace of Diamonds might come, might be helpful. I'm gonna call this having, you know, the complete wrap and all that. That's a funky card. Left or right table and focus, I believe it. I think he's doing this with a straight. So either has Jack 10, Jack 8, or you know, 8s or something like that, or we have him. I think he's betting with a straight here. Let's call. Oh, he has 10s, okay. Fair enough. It's kind of a pity, but I... Question is, does he have any bluffs there? And I think so. A few, not that many, but a few. What? No, I haven't heard about that, and they keep sending me emails. 32 Red, I have an account with them. I haven't used it in a while. Actually, we can... I don't have it installed right anymore, I think, right? 32 Red, I do have it installed. Give me a moment, Tobis, I'll check it out. That's so weird. I haven't heard anything like that. Right, 32 red you say, huh? Well, I can log in. Let me see if I can make a deposit. Get aces here on table 1. And raising this one for sure. Suited to the ace with a 10 and a 7. No, I can't deposit, apparently. But unless you have a specific reason to try this side, Tobis, I would go with a different one. 32 Red had... They were okay, but I found that Nordic Bet or Betson had better support, which I actually needed every once in a while. Like just quicker, more responsive support. Other than that, it's... doesn't make a difference. Which side you pick. This is a bit on the loose side, but not very much so. And this is a very decent flop for that hand, wow. Top and bottom on the rainbow board, having an open ender, both of the backdoor flushes, and I'm gonna raise this right away. I don't mind playing for stacks here. We cover most of the sets pretty well. Epic Tilter back in the channel. Hey, Luke. I am just peachy. I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. I hope the same is true for you, and life has been treating you kindly. I was probably asking a bit much raising here. Yeah, things are going amazing. Life is good, poker is good. Things connected to poker are just splendid. I'm gonna call this once here. Having all the backdoor flushes. Blockers to straight draws. Oh, to future straight draws, I should say. Where's this now? There are no straight draws right now. This might actually win us the hand. Doesn't look like he has king queen. I'm gonna call if he checks. See if the ace is there. Check it out. Nope. King 664. Single suited king 664, huh? He came to play that man. Let's give him a blue shirt. He's not really worthy of it. But he's making some moves there. Although they're completely offsuit, calling these is okay. If Jonah comes over the top, I'm just gonna put it in. Because he's short, of course. I don't know if you were there for the story of Derek, Tilter, were you? And we flopped pretty well. Also, a lot of potential to flop well with this hand on table 1. The perfect rundown. 8-7-6-5, beautifully double suited. Take it down there. There's some hands going on other tables as well. Oof. See if we get quartered again. Would be the third time in just under an hour. He checks, I'm still gonna bet this, and if he raises I have to let it go. Because he's not gonna raise like the king queen there. Nice, and then we're good. Unless he has the 10-9. Which he doesn't. Was that the right? Yeah, was the right table. Yeah, so 2 days ago we played the purplest of purple shirts ever on Run It Once, like by a wide margin. This guy folded like about 6 times in an hour pre-flop, and when he didn't fold, he never called. He raised or 3-bet, and he ran up a stack, man. I'm telling you. He was up to, I think his high mark was just a smidgen under 150, like 149 something. He kept running like the sun, and we battled. We battled something fierce. And I have a clip collection of it that I can put in the chat. Yeah, for your viewing pleasure at some point. It's like a 10-12 minute video. But in my channel, if you want to, just a spoiler of the final hand, where we played a 1,250 big blind pot. That was not splashed. It was splashed, but there was like 3 big blinds splash in there. Yeah, the spoiler is also as a highlight in my channel if you don't want to watch the full 10 minutes. Should this sound interesting to you, then it was a fun ride. It was a wild ride. The story of Derek. And so far today we got quartered twice when we had top full house. Actually we got quartered 3 times. The third time it was a 4-way all in. We had a wrap. And all the other guys had a set, and somebody made quads. We had excellent equity on that board as well. We got quartered 3 times. Gosh darn it. Oh, you're right. I would have remembered had you been there, because there's a late at night there weren't many people in the channel. Hamsterman was there, Godlike Michael was there, and they had a blast. They were just as hyped as I was. Also gave reasons to get hyped is having aces on the button here and having aces here where am I deep against? Yes, I'm still not just gonna call. And Jonah's wearing the wrong shirt. Table 2 we have the ace high blocker here, of course. But I'm gonna check on the flop there. Gonna have to bet big here, but having no club. Gonna start betting here on table 2. Take it on right away on table 3, that is alright with me. Took it down there as well. If he checks here, if he checks the flop here, I think I'm gonna go for the check raise. I'm just gonna call check down, have some showdown value. There's a whole bunch of hands you can have, you're not gonna fold anymore. Yeah, folding is fine. Even if he only has an ace, our kickers are likely no good. And I'm sure you're gonna get a kick of this out of this epic tilter. Run It Once approached me and asked me if I want to be featured on their streamers page on the website, which I was like, do I? It was surprised me a whole bunch that they would ask me. I sent in a photo, a picture, and gonna spruce up my bio on the page a little. And I think they're gonna like change the website and add that section of the website next week, or improve that section next week. They already have it. It's pretty bare bones right now. And wow, this is certainly a flop. So first of all, here we're gonna call against the sleepy dude. Yep. Let's see, we might be able to get up to some shenanigans on this board, because this is not his board at all, and we're gonna start right away. Depending on your point of view, this is a good or a bad card. Took it down here. Here, I mean, the 6 pairing. I'm gonna keep up my story. I'm gonna call, and hope, of course, no ace comes on the river, and then I'm gonna, hoping he checks, of course, was the reason why I called here on the turn. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go for it. Because I'm putting him on aces if he, you know, has it or something. Then that's fine. I think this move works often enough. Ace is no good, my friend. Ace is no good. I'm not saying he had aces. I'm saying I put him on aces, and that was a fun move. Just a second. I'm gonna bet it. Let you know what happens. There's some. I think this one I'm re-raising, short-handed. Sounds good to me. Well, I'm not checking here. I'm gonna see bet on the smaller side. So if he has something he can call with, he's gonna call most bet sizes, I think. Nice. That was a load off my mind. Decent hand coming up here. And we also get a King, Queen, Jack, Jack in the big blind on table 4. I'll switch over once. Yeah! Oh, you just watched that? That was sick. That was sick. I mean, I was kind of hesitant of... Thanks. I was kind of hesitant posting this on Twitter, and I actually had it posted and then I took it down the night it happened. Because I was like, you know, I don't want to be that guy that exposes players like that. But then I asked this question basically on the internal Discord. And they said it's fine, I should post it, and so I did. Yeah, and there's stuff going on all over the place. This I'm gonna raise, having all the Broadway cards, and now having the nuts, I'm definitely gonna bet it. Not having the nuts anymore, but I'm still gonna bet it. Let you know what happens. And here, this is pretty awesome. Now we have the nuts. We can't get quadded unless they have pocket tens. And he goes all in here for 40. He has the Jack 9, right? Yeah. Fair enough, my friend. Good for you. You're chipping up there a little. Checking, and if he bets I would want to fold, I don't think I have that fold in me. It's gonna be like a puke call. Okay. Because the Queen 10 was definitely a possibility there. But let's check out what he called with. Before that. The 10-10, we could have gotten quadded there. You know, that was pretty much the only hand he could have called with, except for the Queen 10 and the 10-10. So I don't mind not having a C-bit there once more. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Not sure about that part, but I'll take it at face value. I have no baseline to compare it to, having done this for a little under 4 weeks now. Wait, what's going on? This, okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna YOLO this, my friend. Aces against Ace-King, that's a horrible hand to call with. And he was happy when he saw that 6 pairing, I assume. Till he realized the other dude had a 6 as well. Well, actually not. It's not a horrible hand to call with. The 3-bet, the 4-bet. He raised, I re-raised. Yeah, never mind. That wasn't that smart. I mean, once Josh here on table 4 came over the top of Stuart, then he had to call, but that 4-bet, eh. There's some spots maybe if you are up against a really crazy dude, then sure get it in for 100 BB or less. But yeah, thanks Epic Tilter for saying that. Appreciate it. Nah. Not triple suited. I don't think it's horrible to raise it actually. Actually, I don't know. Let's check it out. I was in the cutoff. And it sounds 5. Yeah. It's perfectly alright to fold this. Get raised here by Stuart, never folding against Stuart. Against other people I fold this in a heartbeat. Not against him, even though he's short. Doesn't matter, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to short stack. Yeah, and that's all she wrote. Let's check raise him all in. Pretty sure he's gonna bet. I'm still gonna pot it now. This is a horrible turn. If he checked that board, and now there's a better chance that this 8 helped him, but still, yeah, okay. Didn't want to play any guessing games, so I figured just shove it in against 40 BB. We take it down. So I don't think we will top this anytime soon. Running into quads or losing against quads 3 times within, I think in total it must have been no more than 40 minutes. That is something. Dear diary. Today I got screwed. Okay. Possibly getting screwed here later, but for now I'm enjoying this hand already. The ace ace queen 9. Single suited to the ace in position, we get to put more money in. Enjoyment levels are rising. Oof. Enjoyment levels are dropping rapidly. Bordering on the uninterested now. Just have to check fold this. It's no big deal. If a gutter, he checks twice. I'm not gonna go crazy here. Gone crazy in plenty of spots. No need to add this one to the list. Yep, you take it, sir. That is okay. Yesterday was a pretty fun session as well. It was fun. When Hamsterman is in the chat, that always gets lively. Godlike Michael gave a lot of very nice strategic insights. And the beginning of the session I was pretty rapidly down 8 buy-ins. Some of that self-inflicted, some of it just, you know, the way it goes. And then I worked my way up. High point I was up 6 buy-ins, finished up being up 3 buy-ins, but I was quite pleased with that. Digging myself out of that hole. And with the streaming and always having at least 1 or 2 peeps watching, I find it hard to get tilted anymore. Like, I think once I felt tilt creeping creeping towards me a little bit. But that's in 100 and, I don't know, 70 hours now. Kind of spaced out here. I'm just gonna bet it now. Even though we turned a set here, this is not the board where I want to do anything but check and probably check fold actually. Here the king is, well, it's a king. Hey, thanks that you dropped in when you have other things to do. That's awfully nice of you. And thanks for the best luck, and I hope you have a great day. That's a wonderful turn. That's gonna be really tough for him to make better 2 pair. As in impossible. Could be beaten, could be dead, could be in bad shape, never know. Well, no, can't be in bad shape. Either we are beaten or we're in pretty excellent shape. Unless the spade rolls off, then we just have to check behind. Please don't have spades, sir. Well, you know what? A deuce is gonna do it too. At least he didn't have quads there. So no need to add that one to the quaddy list of today, which is up to 3 already. Cheers, Luke. Have a good one. Yeah, this is maybe a tad optimistic with the 5. Make the 5 a 6, it's a no-brainer. But this way not all 4 cards can make a straight together. Yep, I think that should have been a fold. But now we're in position for the rest of the hand and we flop pretty well. Having a gutter as well. Blocking other straight draws a little with the 10. I hope I had the right table in focus. We take it down and here... Good. He's too passive to hope for limp raise. Take it down. I have to fold this one against a re-raise here. Gonna keep you updated. Yeah, and re-raising is what happens on that table one. I'm just gonna fold it. Same story here. A little bit too weak to consider calling. This is different, closing the action, suitor to the ace, nice pocket pair, we flop the topest of pair, gonna have a tough time making 2 pair here, which is so important to have a hand that is better than top pair in the end. Let's see, I think we should be down a little, but not much. Actually 4 buy-ins, almost. But there wasn't really anything we could do if we get quadded 3 times, I mean... What can you do? We check, huh? If they check on an ace-high board, I'm gonna bet now. Over here I plan to start using my ace of spades by betting. I find in the small pots this is less successful, generally speaking. Here we make 2 pair, now we have some showdown value, also we're not blocking any of the straights on board. It is a rainbow board, which is very helpful. Don't think I should bet, I'm never gonna get called by anything. I beat the ace 4, ace 3 is not gonna call. The king 10 is not gonna call. I would say I fold this a whole bunch, but against the loose aggressive, he might be doing this with blockers, and this bet size 580, 680. I think we're gonna call this. I don't expect to win it all that often. Oh, it was a flush! I didn't... that was my fault. It happened to me yesterday as well. I figured like, you know, it might be a decent spot to call, but then I didn't see the flush, of course. The flush! Gosh darn it. Didn't see that. Oh man. Oh well. Not a big deal, not a big pot. And also self-inflicted. This is always easier to take. You know what you should change. If it's the deck or the other guy beating you, then, you know, then it's tough. You can't do anything about it. It's myself, then I know what to change next time. I.e., open my eyes a little wider. Check for flushes. Note to self, check for flushes. And quads. Excuse me for one moment. Need to do something on the side. It's not going to take longer than a minute. Never mind. Alright, not much going on right now. Let's check out the pool. 20 entries, PLO 10. That's cool. 30 entries, no limit 100. Nice. Good for run runs for this time of day. That is pretty decent. Oh, actually, let's watch here in the splash pot. See what the green shirt is doing. Yeah, that was a fine fold. Just double checking if I did something on autopilot while I was distracted for a moment. Never hurts to check. And the fourth table is opening up. We're gonna leave this one in focus for now. Let's do what it does. We get a decent hand for the button, three-handed. Start by checking. If he checks twice, I think betting is okay. We take it down. Oof, beautiful hand. Unfortunately, we can only use 2 of those cards. Oh well. Those are raise fold kings, I would assume. We'll check up on it once pre-flop is over, but I'm almost 100% positive that they are. I am gonna fold as well, so let's check it out. King, 10-5, huh? Multi-way might have been a little bit different story, now that this dude called as well. Because then we're getting a much better price. Let's start again. King, 10-5. It would have been a tough board here with kings blocking our own out, having no hearts. Yep, raise fold, that is perfect. Now we would be behind against aces, which is very much within Ryan's range here. Yep, that's exactly what he shows up with, and he flopped a straight too. Good for Ryan. Good for us for folding. What did the other dude have? By the way, down here I raised the small blind raise, small blind open. Now with top pair, I'm gonna represent basically aces. Having the flush on top of it helps. Gonna check. Oh, nice, we take it down. That's a load off my mind. Gonna check out what Damien had here in that previous hand. He had Queen 9-8-8, hearts. So he won it, right? So flush, there was no full house. Check up on that, but I do have a suspicion Damien is pretty active. No, he didn't have hearts, he had clubs. We flopped the lower end of the straight right away. They both had a straight. Ryan here with the aces had a better straight. Cool. I'm gonna call this. Ooh, hang on. I have to, if somebody comes over the top, then never folding. This guy comes over the top, this guy calls, then we're gonna put it in. And there's just too much money in there. Come on, call, Benjamin. I don't mind. Ah, I can't put it in. I should have paid attention to his stack here and should have, for once in my life, bet less than pot pre. But you know, this works too. Having the jacks as blockers on this rainbow board is excellent news. Unfortunately, he folds. Actually, we could have checked there once. Blocking the board so hard, having all the jacks. Not very unfortunate. It's just with a little bit more attention to details there, we could have made more money in this hand. I plan to put the King of Clubs to work here. Also, I think the straight blocker with the 7 is nice. We take it down right away. Sweet. Okay, very loose aggressive, huh? Yeah, it's a little bit too weak to raise. Double suited, sure, let's go with it. Interesting. He checks, which is alright by me. We turn the open-ender, still have the flush. This bet sizing is so weird on the turn. It's almost tempting me into raising, but I won't. Check, so bet small, I'm gonna bet pretty big. Nice. I took that one down pre, no need to switch over. Not quite with the 5 in there. The sidecars are just too uncoordinated. Let's watch this one. Oh, we are. Hey. We're getting some nice hands in other tables. I'm going to switch over in a moment. Curious to see a showdown. Okay, one of them was aces, which I took down pre. Okay, so Benjamin is a spot here. On the other hand, I took down pre as well. What is going on? People didn't have quads already, huh? I think that's what's going down. What did Benjamin raise with specifically? I saw it was crap. Queen Jack 9-3. Single suited to the Jack. I'm gonna check here. Expecting to get bet in 2 right quite a lot now. She does, and but I'm just gonna fold there in table 3. Here I'm gonna. Yeah. Sounds good. If somebody comes over the top, we're gonna have to call. Although, if that is the case, it sucks that we have the ace of diamonds, because it makes it less likely that they're doing this with a pair and not flush. Yeah, but them is the breaks. Oof, lucky you. Good for you. I mean, it wasn't that lucky yet. A pair and a flush draw, that's fine. But that was rather ambitious of him. Let's put him in the shirt as well. I mean, pre-flop it was rather ambitious of him. I almost want to call here, but it's asking too much. Just because Benjamin's in the hand and we want to play. Take some Benjamins from Benjamin. Ow! We would have made it in the end. Would have. Doesn't matter at all. I mean, fine fold pre. But we are definitely waiting for a hand on this table, like any hand. Aces will do. He's never not raising here, right? He might need a pink shirt. Let's go. Play a part. If you lose it, you know. And that's that. By now, over the last 90 minutes, we're slowly getting used to losing with better hands. So, it shall not fade us. Okay, we took it down pre, which is also cool. It was a decent pot already. Some money in there. Definitely in terms of big blinds. Just gonna keep this table in focus and switch over when stuff is happening on other tables, because this guy is juicy. This is a good reason to switch over on table 1. I can certainly help with that. Right, peel empty. First thing, set up one scene in OBS. I'm gonna put it into on the screen in a second. This one I am gonna raise because hoping he doesn't re-raise. I'm gonna play as many hands as I can against Benjamin. It's not a great hand by any means. Right, so good start is you set up one scene with all the stuff you want in there. You know, your overlay, your webcam on the side, and the chat. And here we're gonna fold against this raise. And you know, capturing the whole screen in that one. Then you copy that scene four additional times. Give them each, like, when you set up your scenes and your elements in the scenes, name them, name all of them. That makes it much easier in the future then. And so you copy them, and then all you need to do in the 4 copies is hang on. Is select, like, for example, in like the initial, the first scene that you copy, then I have the whole screen captured, the area of the 4 tables that you see now. And for the other scenes, like this would be scene 2, 3, 4, 5. You just select everything is already copied, so you don't need to set up the whole all the rest again, like the chat and all that stuff. Here in these additional 4 scenes, you just select the area of the screen, and then, you know, crop it and zoom it and all that, make it full screen in OBS. And that's that. Hang on, I can certainly put it on screen. Probably gonna look really weird on screen, but it's not. Right, like that. See? This is my 4 table, and then I have the scenes and the other 4 scenes, and that's it. Then all you need to do is you go into settings and you set up hotkeys for the other scenes, or for all 5 scenes, and that's it. I use the F keys, F1 to F5, F5 being all tables and F1 being table 1, and then so on. Definitely just limping behind here. I'm not like, if you're new to the stream, I don't limp as a rule, but this is a spot where, as I said, I want to play as many hands as I can against Derek. Right, MT, if you have additional questions, by all means hit me up in Discord. I'll put it on in the chat. And I'll be happy to help. I've gotten a lot of help myself. I had no idea how any of this worked 4 weeks ago. And I'll be happy to, you know, pay it back. Pay it forward. So we have the middle pair. And we have an open-ender. It's the king of clubs I'm gonna call because I can bluff some rivers. This not being one of them, unfortunately. Just gonna fold there now. I want to call this against the loose aggressive, but I don't want to play this out of position against this dude, not being suited to the ace, so I'm gonna have to let it go. And that is that. Yeah, I'm not gonna start betting a third, sounds good to me. How's that for a flop? Wow. It's a green shirt too. And we make a straight, not a nut straight, not blocking hearts. Not worried about him having the better straight. Ouch. That's my stupidity, hang on. I'm gonna have to check it and depending... and take it from there. See what happens. He checks and I think we're good, right? Yeah. Let's go over to Benjamin again. Yeah, let me know if this was helpful, and as I said, if I can be of any other help, hit me up in Discord, by all means. Ooh, we're not gonna get quartered this time. Oh, it's not impossible. You just watched that ace-ace coming off there. Just casually getting quartered over quartered. Because, in case you just tuned in, we've gotten quartered 3 times today. Ooh. Stuff's happening. You see no reason to raise. In position. If this happens, I'm... What the fuck? I mean, he probably doesn't have it if he checks, but it would be so funny. But let's watch him raise it, raise the additional 7 cents. Like snap raise. Oh lord, that would have been one hell of a highlight. Jesus Christ! Oh, don't do that to me, man. I'm too old for this stuff. Wow. Almost. Hey, I'm glad to be of help, MT. I'm saying that name right. Oh lord. That me excited. Oh my, that called it too! Jesus Christ! Oh, what the deuce is going on today? What is going on? We get quadded 3 times. And and then this happened. Wow. Okay, we should do well focusing on the Benjamin table again. This is a crappy hand, but you know what I said earlier is true. We want to play against Benjamin as many hands as we can. And it's not horrible to call, it's not great. It actually borders on bad, I believe. Now we're done with the hand. Checking once here. And now we're gonna have to check it through, I believe. Or just, you know, fold. Hang on, I'll be back in a second. Right. Kings here on the Benjamin table. Sorry. How about blocking the nuts? I'll start by betting. A bit big, so I can set up a big river bluff. Which is exactly what we're gonna do. Interesting spot up here. I called the turn bet. To bluff now. I think there's a fun bet size to do it with too, the half pot. He calls on that other table. I'm gonna go for broke at that table. Take it down here. The reason I'm doing this is because the cards I have in my hand kind of block the 9 by proxy. As in a lot of hands that have 9s in them have, you know, these side cards. And let's go for broke. He's not snap calling. Nice. 2 for 2. Just the webcam, just a little more. Yeah, looks good. 2 for 2. Let me check the cashier. Pretty much unchanged. Down a little under, hang on. A little under 4 buy-ins, that's embarrassing. That basic math is presenting me with problems. Not a good sign for any poker player. And Benjamin is just in all the parts that he can be in. A hand here. And against the Sleepy Dude, this is a tough one. I'll tell you what, I fold this way more often than not. Now that it goes multi-way, I'm kind of interested in playing it. Not ecstatic by any means. Tough. See what happens. Here I raise the button and get a nice board for it. So the dude here leads right out and we have to fold. It's actually not that tough given the stack sizes that are still behind. I took it down on table 3. That's a flop bet. What the deuce? His hand just got better and better as the board developed. Interesting, and he certainly has some moves. Not gonna be able to call here, not closing the action, that is fine. Raise it up here, and I continue betting, of course. Have the backdoor flush draw as well, top and bottom. Blocking the Broadway draws a little. Actually, that's too small of a bet size. Could he be calling with here? Looks like there's some king 8s in there, something like that. There's some, yeah, Broadway draws, maybe queen jack, jack 10, stuff like that. I think betting, continuing to bet is okay. The ace is over here, by the way. I'll keep you updated. He calls. And I'm gonna go for value here. Let you know what happens. Here we get the dream. We get to put in a third of our stack before the flop with ace, ace, 8 deuce, single suited to the ace, and let's. The dude folded on table 2 on the river. Nice. Let's not keep him waiting. He has better aces. Good for him. See if they hit. Nope, we split it up. Let's watch the Benjamin table. Ooh, no, let's not. Ace King Jack 7, beautifully double suited. What a nice looking hand. Oh my god, he's saying why? No money changed hands, did it? Probably got a walk with like the Uber nuts pre-flop. Oh no, didn't pay attention. Really playing heads up? I hate heads up. Not only do I hate it, I'm bad at it. So let's see me lose some money at heads up then. Interesting spot up here. I do have the 7 of hearts at the open ender, so I'm gonna continue. Half pot is fine. Get raised right away, huh? I'm gonna call this once. Well, we blocked the straight draws he could be doing this with quite a bit. Don't block hearts that well. Well, a little bit, yeah. We'd be blocking it better. We had to flush draw ourselves. Shouldn't have too many 2 pairs. At least a 4-5, but I don't think he would be reasonable. But I don't think he would 3-bet or raise that on the flop. Tough one. How much is he betting? How much is in there? It's gonna be 8. It's gonna be 9. 33%, something like that. Do we have 33%? Let it go. Yeah, I'll sleep better for it. Having let this one go, let's check out the Benjamin situation here. It is all about the Benjamin. Although maybe might not be a pink shirt, at least he's not aggressive. He's really careless with his chips, but not necessarily aggressively so. Here I step a little bit out of line. Might be too much, re-raising the very loose aggressive dude here out of position. I can't raise this. Calling is fine. This is a nice day for it. Take it down. Wait, what kind of music is that? Reminds you of like French black and white movies. Where something horrible is going down. Whew. Right, so first of all, I am gonna call this because I'm in position. I have all the Broadway cards. I have to fold now. That is okay. And this, of course, is a pretty horrible turn, although we do block the nuts pretty heavily, so I'm gonna go for it. To take it down there, which is alright by me. Sorry about that. To get a hand here. Take it down there, which is pretty sweet. See if we can do something here. This is the min race. Yeah, always entertaining min race. I'm gonna check here though. Sorry about that, I am done now. Prefer not to do that on stream. Doing something on the side. I mean, if they both check, we're gonna go for it, right? No reason not to. On the kings we get this board, which I'm gonna check out of position. Get so hang on, we took it down on the 10s board. Stuff's happening all over. Here we're definitely gonna call. No. Gonna bet. No, actually I'm gonna check and see if he can bluff it. Here against the blue shirt I decided to make a very loose call. This is a pretty awesome river. We took it down with the kings. On table 3. This one I'm gonna raise now with not covering any of the clubs. I'm gonna just put them all in. Here I'm gonna check raise, having top and bottom, top and middle, top 2. What am I talking about? Only has 86 cents left, so I'm just gonna call. He doesn't get there. He had crap. A gutter and turned an open ender. Nice, 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 nice. He does. Wait, what? The 5. Jesus Christ. Well, fair enough. Good for you, my friend. Shall not be mad. Actually getting this hand right away in a splash pot. Not folding against the re-raise here. Not in splashes. People play just too wide in splashes to ever consider folding. Okay. Stuff's happening all over the place. Here I am gonna limp with a very bad hand just because I'm basically hoping nobody re-raises, and it's a huge splash. And it does raise. Here I have to fold with the pair and the flush draw. Flush draw is not strong enough. Okay, we have to let it go, but let's watch. They're bound to have... At least one guy is bound to have a very strange hand. Probably all of them. Yeah, he's YOLOing up, so we know what's coming. He's having crap, he's having crap, he's having... a decent hand. Those splashed pots. If you're on the fence about playing on run at once, do. People go nuts. You put like 3 big blinds in there and they show up with the, you know, ace-7, deuce-4, single suited or something. 4 raises and re-raises, or 4 all-ins. It's properly bonkers. Sorry, now I'm done. We get aces here, no reason not to raise. Are we deep against anyone? Potentially against the small blind, something to keep in mind. But one of the button, I'm not just flat calling here. On the button, I probably would. Let's watch what happens. Okay, I'll take it. And I'm just gonna pot it right away. Like, I'm gonna wait, but I'm not gonna bet any smaller here. I have top set, I'm very vulnerable. I have no blockers to straights, no blockers to the diamonds. This is an excellent turn, as in it's not... we still have the nuts. And there's no need to wait long here now. He's gonna call. Don't see him folding now, like ever. And he shouldn't. He has the flush draw, and he... does he make a straight? No. Nice, nice! We win one of them, guys. We win one of them. No quads this time, beating us. So the stream has been going on for 2 hours. I think it's okay if I take a little less than 8-minute break fairly soon. Let's check out the pool. 28, yeah, the pool will survive without me. The PLO 10 pool. 28 entries. And something that I should have mentioned much earlier, it is very awesome that 22 of you are keeping me company on a lazy Sunday afternoon. That makes me smile indeed. Thanks a whole bunch. Pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. It's a pity that we're gonna... well, that we're gonna leave Benjamin's table, but we're probably gonna be seated at his table sooner or later again. We get a nice hand here. The ace queen queen 4 double suited, very nice looking hand. We are... I think we owe it to ourselves that we raise this one, right? We can't just call. I was just on the side helping out my brother who's just now starting on Run It Once, and he had a few questions about setting up the client and stuff. And good news, he won his first hand, $5. The run good is starting for him, I guess. Interesting. There's a whole bunch of straight draws which we're not covering, and obviously we're not covering any spades. It's a big pot. So they all check, huh? I'm gonna pot it. Because they really shouldn't check really good flushes here. And the bad flushes you might be able to force them out, because it would make sense that we check the nut flush on this board. Hoping to induce. Very nice. I was happy that we won that one. And before I go on to a short 8-minute break, we are now down a little less than 3 buy-ins. Which was the 3 hands, not only the hands we got quartered in, but we got quartered 3 times. It bears repeating. Sorry if I'm getting on your nerves with that already. But you know, what can you do if people show up with quads? 3 times! In case I have not mentioned that before. But it certainly was entertaining, and it really was. I mean, I don't mind. My bankroll can take it. Should you be thinking about playing pot Limit Omaha, that's what gave me a lot of peace of mind, having a decent bankroll for all the stakes I'm currently playing. Makes it so much more relaxed, you know, you lose 3 buy-ins, 2 bad beats, and you go like, oh well. I tend to be less relaxed when I lose the buy-ins due to my own stupidity, which does happen, but that is a different story. Right. That's this for this table. And I'm amazed that so many of you are keeping me company, and should you wish to stick around, I will be back in less than 8 minutes. And, you know, refreshed, clearing my head a little, making some tea, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around. It's quite nice of you. Let's play some more. Pool is doing well, even in our absence. It has filled up. There's now 30 entries in the pool. Neato. Nah. Saving a layout can't come soon enough and run it once. Always bugging me. Okay. And we're back in action. And wow, we are back in action. That's sweet, we get to squeeze with double suited aces in the big blind. Ace, 7-4 in hearts and clubs. It's all kinds of awesome. That's a nasty board, I don't know. Not just because of the 8s, but we're not blocking anything, so I have to check here. Depending on bet sizes, we very likely have to check fold. It's very tempting getting 7-1. Gonna let it go. Sleep better for it. Just gonna send out a tweet on the side, and then my full attention is gonna be on the stream once more. With my mic on, because I tend to forget that. Yeah, no, it's all good. So now I was actually too distracted what ended up happening here. We never know. On the turn, Owen bet strong. Okay, fair enough. Some interesting board. Having the gutter, then that flush draw. The 8. Oof. A bit bigger. Try to get some money in the pot. Very often he folds, and if he calls, he can also call 2/3 of the pot. Just call. Should we gonna raise this? Having the ace and the king makes it much less likely that he has aces or kings. We're double suited, we're gonna be in position. Of course, if he comes over the top, we're gonna fold it. Then we're doing really bad against his 3-betting range. Yeah, that's what's happening, and that's what's gonna happen on our end too. Fair enough, that went alright, even though it didn't go our way. And I'm sure we will get a shot at redemption pretty soon. So, by the way, if you have any questions about Run It Once, about the stream, or anything really, as you know by now, I'm always happy to talk. And especially so if you have any questions or comments about hands I played, then I'm very interested as well. If you do have questions or comments about hands, it would be very nice if you could tell me the whole cards I had or something, or the table number. Because I'm not too good when it comes to hand recollection, even a couple of minutes after I played them. This one I will keep in mind for a moment. Having the ace, ace, queen, 7 suited to the ace under the gun is all kinds of nice. This board, however, isn't. Yep, fair enough. This board is a little bit more to our liking. Interesting. checking here, depending on the bet size. If he bets, we'll see what we do then. Ooh, he bets full pot, huh? Not blocking any of the pair of the full houses. Full pot. Like I'm always laying this down. This time I'm gonna call it, expecting to lose it quite a lot. Next 10 times I'm gonna lay it down, and he has the full house. Fair enough. Get a nice hand on the same table right away. Raise it up. And right now we're not getting the flops we want. That's fair. We'll be patient. This one is gonna be raise folding. I'm just gonna check it down. Flop bottom set on table 2. I'm gonna let you know what happens on table 3. He bets full pot and we're gonna fold. On the ace 7-7 we get re-raised and I'm gonna... yeah, I'm gonna fold. This is an interesting one. Full pot... there's a 10 in there, I'm gonna call it once. Actually had to count if I had a straight, I was a bit confused there. But if we do have a straight, of course we have the ass end of the straight, which is never fun necessarily. But we are blocking the nuts by holding the 10 ourselves. We have to set. This is a really shitty spot. Folding isn't horrible. 7 doesn't change anything at all. The spades missed, which is good news, and I expect him to put us in another tough spot here, and I don't think I can fold. There's one hand that beats us, right? Unless I'm misreading my hand. Does he have it? No, he does not! Wow, that was a very optimistic line he took there. Good for us. Great. No more doing anything other side. Interesting board. We have the open ender. And not flush draw. I want to get some money in here. Because here we don't have to fold against the raise. We might actually want to get it in. If he raises like a huge... No, we're losing interest a little bit. At least we're gonna check behind now. Top pair might actually be good now. Just gonna check it. Because, yeah, the one hand I was worried about there, the ace queen, to realistically beat us. He didn't have a 7. And here we flop interesting on a Flop a almost full wrap on a rainbow board. Without a pair, I'm not gonna raise this, otherwise I would consider it. This, of course, is gonna make it very likely he's gonna bet again. No? Okay. I'm gonna go for it, actually. It's probably in there with the king, and you know, it's gonna be up to him if he wants to call it. I can very likely have a 4 in late position here. He's in the tank. He is in the tank. He calls. Good call. It's like an ace-king or something, I guess. Yeah. He sniffed that one out. You have to... Gonna put a yellow label on him, like, don't necessarily bluff this guy again. For the big blind, we can call now if the cutoff for the button raises, I think. Yeah, I think it's alright. No, we never folding. Blind versus blind. Oh, we take it down just like that. That's fine as well. Should be a -1 table. Let's rectify that situation. Not really anything going on right now, unfortunately. But on table 2, we have at least some spots here. This guy is very active. I think he's wearing the right shirt. Not sure about the other two dudes. I mean, on him it's just because he took a very aggressive line in this one pot where he had a baby flush draw and a top pair on a very draw-heavy board. Not blocking any of the draws. And I suspect the same is true for Josh here, that we marked him in the earlier session for similar reasons. Okay, back to the 4 table view.
Congratulations, you scored 0.
Nothing to do but fold right now. Ooh, we're on the Benjamin table again. I didn't notice that. Now I'm excited. It's not terrible that these two are left. He was all in all fairly passive with it, with his craziness. One of the button, I think this is a tad to lose. Make the 4 a 5 and it's fine. Okay, we're definitely gonna call. even though we're not closing the action. That's fine. This is a hand where you either hit very decently or not at all, and you can easily fold. It's been one of the slightly tougher boards for it. It being paired, us having a nut flush draw. Let's see, let's watch. Against a tight passive, I'm gonna let it go. He bet into 4 dudes there. He must like his hand. This one we're calling. It's close. We could almost raise it. Like the 6 a 10 and we're in there. And you have an open end with straight flush draw. Gonna check it first. Hey Hodel, it's... don't get me wrong, even though I'm new on Twitch, I think it's not the thing to do to get into a channel for the first time and post some stuff about your channel. So please refrain from doing that. And PPP Poker, to address what you posted there, no. No chance. You have to put your money in through a proxy, and so somebody else is going to be holding your money. Hell no. I know the action is great there, but that doesn't matter if you can't get your winnings out. Yeah, raise before the flop on the button. Have to fold it now, of course. Took it under with the straight flush draw, by the way. The boss, back in the channel. Welcome back, boss. Nice to have you again. Excuse me, I have to ask something. A decent hand here. King, Queen, Jack, 6. Yeah, boss, how's your day going? That's an interesting board. We're definitely gonna c-bet this one. Actually, we're against 2. Let's c-bet it big once and then give up. I'll keep you updated. He raises us and we are out. Just wait a moment to save face, basically. And we get raised here. This one I'm gonna call. The queen, jack, jack 10, king is suited. It is a first draft. It's gonna, like, over time, there's gonna be a day in there when I'm taking a break. And I'll adjust the times a little, but for now and for the foreseeable future, I will be streaming basically every day for at least 6 hours, usually 8, sometimes longer. As long as I play a good game, basically. Wait, did I autopilot this one on this flop? No, that was a fine fold. What should he bet? Yeah. Okay, he bet that. That's all good. Here, against this Victor flush, the pair. Let's fold it. Not a great price. Yep, Benjamin finds a raise, and him I'm gonna call. For sure. Blockers are not gonna be useful against Benjamin. Just check though, which is interesting. Kind of throwing me off. Did he check in position there? Will he check kings or aces? Or top pair? Could have jacks. I think this one is a little closer than just snap fold against this dude specifically, but folding in the end sounded right to me. I have to fold on the Benjamin table, even closing the action, being completely off suit. Against this dude, we are definitely on this board. I mean, we're folding against anyone. It pays to be careful with this dude. It should have been maybe a fold pre-flop, I'm starting to think, against him specifically. Let's check out what the general move is there. We were in the cutoff with king, king, 5 deuce. Double suited, let's check it out. Calling, closing the action down here is fine. Flopping that is also fine. Gonna lead it right out. King, king, 5 deuce is a raise call, it's fine. Like in the cutoff, all the double suited kings are raise calls, some of them are even raise raise. Yeah, raise raise. If we need to put it in here, we will. This is a very fine turn, giving us an open-ender or sort of a wrap actually on top. I'm gonna bet it big again. In case he's on a spade draw, he's not getting the right price. This deuce isn't concerning at all, unless he has a speed, header speed all the way. We're gonna pot it here. Checking to induce is an option. Because he's folding all his flush draws, he's calling all his fours, and maybe if he has a four and we check, he bets. Let's do that. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Ah, unfortunate, but I don't think he has a hand he could have called us with, right? Let's check it out. Ah, it looks like Gordon or whatever his name was, a pink shirt on table 3 just left. That is unfortunate. Yeah, he had spades. Tens and ace-high spades, so he couldn't have called. And that was the perfect move there to check, hoping to induce. Not closing the action. I'm always interested in playing the splash pots, but out of position, this hand, not suited to the king even. Fine fold. Also, this is a fine raise, and we're not gonna fold if anyone comes over the top. And here we're gonna c-bet 1/3. In the undergun razor, we have a lot of aces. He has a lot of aces, but you know, remains to be seen if he has one. He does not. Nice. Brian Moreau! Thank you very much for following. Does make me smile. Thanks, man. I'm now getting used to the follow noise. Like when I changed it out a couple of days ago, I always went like, what's going on? I wasn't used to it. Folding this is perfectly alright. Maybe in higher stakes you can do something with it. I honestly don't know. But I know that at micros with the rake being as large as it is, there's no point in raising this hand not being suited to the ace, I would assume. If I'm talking nonsense, actually let's check it out. It's the ace 9-9 deuce, right? Suited to the 9. I tell a lie. It's a raise fold. That's very good to know. Okay. And make the deuce an 8, and then when it starts to be a raise call, even. Like the ace 9-9-8. Even suited to the 9 only is a raise call on the button. Very interesting. I'm learning new stuff every day. And of course, that is the whole a good part of the whole point of this stream. And I'm sure it's also some of these spots are also maybe new to you as well. Maybe you can take something away from the stream. That's also the other part of the stream. The other point. Raising the beautiful ace, ace, queen, jack, single suited to the ace on the button. Maybe Dorian wakes up and comes over the top. That would be sweet. I'll keep you updated. We get an interesting board here. Where we have all the pairs, a blocker, all the backdoor flushes. The 6 being the blocker to straight draws here, I mean. Let's think about this. We have all the sets blocked, right? It's not to say he couldn't have a set. We're a little more than 100 BB deep. We have a blocker to straight draws. I'll go with this one. Nice. Surprising. Can raise fold heads up flops out of position, huh? Let's take a note. Very interesting. Aggressive, huh? Let's give me yellow jacket, like possibly knows what he's doing. Gonna raise this one up to ISO. That's a very fun player to our right, it seems. Oof. Things are happening. Things are moving. Always gonna c-bet this board after raising pre. Pretty much always with the sizing heads up. Or a sizing very similar to it. Maybe a third. Having the ace of hearts in our hand. It could also be a check there sometimes, but I feel I do too much checking in spots where I flop really well, and I should probably get more money and try to get more money in. Can't do anything here. Nice splash up here, 5 big blinds. We shall not compete for it though. Definitely way too optimistic this hand, even suited to the queen. Even limping here is a recipe for disaster, cause the splashed pots, somebody always finds a raise. Almost always. Yeah, there you go. Now it's getting interesting here. Wonder if Alfred can just call. Because he would have a pot-sized bet left on the river, right? On the turn. Sorry about that, on the flop, of course. Kings versus aces, fair enough. He gets there and he doesn't get lucky with a deuce or an ace on the river. Tough one. It's never fun when you're the dude with the aces there. Blind versus blind here, start by checking. Yeah, I'm gonna step out of line if he bets. Gonna call. Planning to take it away later. Let's try it. You have obviously no blockers. Woo! That one worked. Nice. Okay, here he checks now, and like he min-raised us before the flop. The classic min-raise out of position. Actually, we should have min-raised right back, just for the fun of it, not because it's a good move, but it is fun play Sunday, at least a little bit. It's not officially I thought it would be, but the promotion is not ongoing this weekend. But why not? We can make some fun plays ourselves. Confuse the heck out of Andrew. Like that certainly would have confused him had we min-raised. Closing the action, I wonder. 3 Broadway cards. I think it can be done. We flop fairly well. Blocking straight draws as well. On the rainbow board, I'm actually gonna lead this. I'm gonna lead it on the larger end. So I'm going to check raise this. Nah, I'll lead it and let's see what they do. We do take it down, that's very nice. Against the sleepy dude, it is an okay hand to call. Actually, let me check up on that. I'm not too sure with these slow single suited rundowns, but I think I checked them out before. They're okay. That was the small blind versus down at the gun, no? See, it's not necessarily his flop. He didn't bet, so he probably doesn't have the queen jack on top of whatever else he's having. 7654. Really? The thing is, I don't believe him, but I expect that he's gonna bet again if he can't. Whether he has it or not. It's folded. And actually I was wrong. In this spot it should have been a fold on my side. This is gonna get interesting here. I'm gonna go for the check raise. I mean, I do have the king of clubs, so we're blocking the flush a little bit. Blocking straight draws with the 9. Interesting to think what we should do here. Just calling is okay. Interesting spot here, blind versus blind, where we got a raise pre. Or a 3-bet, I should say. But now I'm just gonna pot it. Woo! We get the quads ourselves this time. Not gonna get quadded in this hand. Let's hope somebody has aces. Took it down with a pot size bet on table 3. Very loose aggressive player. I'm gonna call him and again try to take it away on the river. Now I have showdown value, no I won't. I made a full house. He has the 9s and he had absolutely nothing. No blockers to bet there with. Just the raw overpair of 9s. Fair enough. $28 entries in the pool, 5 at PLO 50, 4 at PLO 200, nice. Not bad for a Sunday afternoon. There are a lot of people, let's face it, have other commitments. One of the few complete rainbow hands that are playable. We have 4 Broadway cards. Then that is a good start, and I won't fold against the race, I think. Just check that too. No, never mind. Raise fold. Okay. So it's a decent hand, but it's not good enough to face further aggression there. This dude I'm raising, he's just way too aggressive for his own good. And I would like to isolate him here. Doesn't come over the top, which is a good start, and that is... know what to do here. Tell you what, against this bet size, full pot, and him having so comparatively little behind, I'm gonna go with this one, having the gutter, the overpair, blocking the current nuts. Of course, you know, against the 5-7 we're not doing great, we're not doing bad either. Wow, that was unexpected. He gets a note. That was very unexpected. The full pot size and then the fold, like the snap fold too. Nobody... I have no idea what he could have... what cards he could have had that prompted him to take this line. Not the slightest idea. Didn't do this with a set, obviously. Would never fold there. Puzzling. Very puzzling. There's a decent button open. The ace king 10 deuce suited to the king. In clubs. If he raises, we gonna have to call because it would be a button versus big blind dynamic. Even against tidy McTight up here. This one we have to fold. Here we're definitely gonna call. It's the blue shirt. Not the droids we're looking for at all, unfortunately. That is cool as well. Yep. And a large bet sizing. But I can see why. I could imagine some hands that I would have that I bet pretty big there. Okay, I need to look at my own schedule. I should be going on break soon, but I won't. Something between another half hour and another hour, I think, is the way to go. One of the button, I think this is okay-ish. Let's check it out after the pre-flop is over. Might as well learn something. Not you, I'm talking about I might as well learn something. All in, okay, we're gonna have to call, so then I can check it out already. So I'm calling in any case. And the cutoff is ace 8, 7 deuce, huh? Oh, not double suited. Actually, it is a fold. It's not a raise, one of the button. Check it out on the button. As played, we're now gonna call it. See if we stay lucky. Nope. We were pretty good on the flop and on the turn. Don't think he had a pair on the turn yet, right? Yeah, let's check out the same hand on the button. So was it ace 9 or ace 8 7? Yeah. Then it's a raise call. Okay. Interesting. So it's probably not a huge deal to do that on the cutoff. It's not like it's gonna be a mistake that's gonna cost you a lot of big blinds. Teal Tulips! Welcome back, mate. Yeah, I've never bet full pot and folded. At least not unless it was in the river and I was bluffing. Like, you know, like with a reasonable bluff, but covered all the bluffs there. We had the tens, we had the hearts. And on the flop, I mean, if you have a reasonable bluff, then you have to probably have to call. But again, I don't see any reasonable bluffs he could have there. So yeah, I'm puzzled as well, Tulips. And he is active. He's also very short. I expect him to show up with crap here again. Yep. And he wasn't good. Please reload. Ooh, good stuff. Right, so if it wasn't a splash pot, I was just thinking, like, if he raises, I want to call. If he min raises, then I do call on the button. But in the splash pot, had he raised for the full size, I would not have. And of course we have to go out if somebody comes over the top. So there's a decent chance that these two big blinds are just a straight up donation. Because people often raise, as you already know. Yep, there you go. But he is very active as well. Although he did show up with a decent hand there. closing the action. How much extra is in here? Oh, I'm gonna step slightly out of line here, and now it'll get iffy. Best case scenario is he checks and he bets and then can come over the top, and you know, with a lot of optimism. But 3 ways I can't do anything here. Let's watch though. He's gonna have crap again. Maybe crap that hit, you never know. He did it. Wow. The ace 9-9 king there. Wow. He had a beat on Andrew. Let's run out. Would we have won? I mean, that's never important, obviously. Doesn't matter. Okay, here if they got check to us, well, I'm not blocking the straight. I will bet, having paired and open-ender myself. Andrew left on the other table. Very unfortunate. He finds a fold here, which is good for us. Gets the another gun against Andrew. Alfred, we're gonna fold it. We can keep this one focused. Let's see what happens. This one is slightly too weak to open it. Let's see if I can join another table. Because this one is not that great. Oh, I'm kind of liking it right now. I'll leave it though. Actually, I'll try that again. See if I can open up yet another table. Because table 4 down there isn't that hot either. Alright. Not bad on the bigger end here. It's a very nice card. Holding no spades though, I'm still not gonna bet a small sizing. Let's watch. First of all, we get to squeeze here with ace, ace, queen 10. That's wonderful. We get a fold on the other table. Here we're just gonna pot it. Here I got a nice hand too, but I'll switch back to the other table for now. Even though we have no spades, we're blocking top set. And we're good. Nice! That went alright. That went alright. I don't see the need there to call necessarily, because if he calls or went all in here on table 3 and the other guy comes along, he's in pretty bad shape. Scrubs, welcome to the channel. I have not set up that bot command, I hadn't thought about that one. I will do that in the next break. Or I can do it in a moment actually, hang on. Actually, let me get the current number. I will do that right now. That's awesome. I hadn't thought of that. And it's gonna be... Won't take me long. Will take a minute, if that. I can tell you that exactly. Find a hand here. Results, huh? That's awesome. Didn't think of that. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little less than 80. Actually, I'm gonna put it in chat. Not much going on right now. Let's see that here. Okay, I just felt like putting it in chat for a moment instead of saying all that. Okay, things are happening. This one we are gonna race. Maybe checked. And we get a decent board here. Are we deep? We are deep against Marshall. That is something to consider for sure. Here I'm gonna call once with the nut flush draw still. Actually a fold I like better. Thinking about it a little more. From the small blind, it makes a sense that he checked a good hand on the flop, hoping for me to see bet there. Yep, folding this now. This is an interesting one. So we have the open-handed straight flush draw, basically. We have to redraw to a better straight. We're deep against this dude, which is slightly worrying, but I'm still... This could go many ways, as in what the best move is here. I'm gonna go with betting. Jesus, that is an awesome win rate. Wow, I didn't do the math. Thanks for doing the math for me. Ooh. This is the card from heaven here. There's nothing to do but to put it in. Yeah, I'm not checking here. I can't bet smaller with this pot size. We are going in. Nice. No, I did not receive the rake back yet. I don't know how much it'll be. And but what is included in the 80 binds is the deposit bonus that I unlocked which comes down to 130, I believe, right now. Check that. 140 actually as of today. So something to consider there, that it's not pure poker profit. And of course also the splash pots are in there. I cannot subtract those, I wouldn't know where to start. And so technically they are also rakeback. But on the other hand, they are earned by winning the hands, so not really sure what category to put that mentally, if it's just part of the normal win rate or what. Hey, nice, now it works. Thanks for putting that in the chat, for trying that command. Hadn't thought about that. Sorry about the Nightbot, it's usually not that spammy. It only posts something like every half hour, but you know, now all the timers were up. I don't like a spammy channel. JCBF 0613 saying hello sir! Hello sir! Good, thanks for dropping by in the channel. Gonna fold this. It is? Yes! Yes, sir! It is real cash. And I cashed out a bunch already too, so it became real because it hit my bank account. Yes, sir, again. That would be me. Yeah, I already said hello. It is really me. It's pretty funny. Hang on. First of all, here we're gonna raise. This one I'm gonna check. I've been streaming for 4 months now. What am I saying? For almost 4 weeks now. And I am doing it full time, yeah. Of course, you know, you cannot make a living, at least not in Germany. This is an interesting turn of events. From playing PLO 10, but I'm using this to, you know, have my mistakes be cheaper. And I'm gonna check. And I'm gonna move up to PLO 20 soon, and then PLO 50 is the point where, with the rakeback, like the money you get back from the site, it becomes doable to make a living of it. And I have made a living of poker before. This is not the song. Let's pick the next one. Let's rate and poke a little bit as well. Yeah, completing here is fine. No. I don't mean that in any, I'm not trying to be mean. The thing is, if you know a lot about poker and you have played a lot of poker already, then it might be a different story. But in case that is a serious question, then you're not in a good spot mentally to start doing this. Like, if you need the money, like from the start, and you haven't really learned, you don't really know much about poker at first, then this is a horrible idea. Because just the pressure in your head, you know, you're gonna be sitting there but like, ah man, I need this, I need to win this hand because I need to pay rent or whatever. I have my mom, and you're not gonna be able to play relaxed and play as well as you could play otherwise. So please don't misunderstand me when I say that this is a terrible idea. And if your situation is different, if you already know a lot about poker, then it's a different story. Obviously, you know, I am fascinated by the idea of making my living from poker as well, and I have done so in the past for some times. But yeah, for all the things that I just said, hang on. First of all, here we flop top set, got her to the nuts. I'll open the first, we get raised, and this is awesome. Gonna re-raise here right away. Hang on, I need to open my door for the cat. Unfortunately, this always happens to me. I just need to call there in the future. When people raise and I re-raise, I very rarely get a call. Very often falls. Oh Jesus, man, I'm very sorry to hear that. Wow. Sorry, man. Like, I'm just assuming you're not trolling anything and you're being sincere, then my condolences. I don't want to imagine that happening to me. Yeah, don't do it for the money. This is at least not in the beginning. Like, you need to play for a while to get your mental stuff together when it comes to poker, because it can be very frustrating. Hey, 120 views is awesome. That is awesome. That's a good start. A tip would be, if you can, play on Run It Once. They have the streamer promotion where you get additional rake back. And you know, have a nice, for me at least, a nice clean layout. Not too many animations and stuff. Don't ask for donations. I don't. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't like to ask for donations. I'm not even asking for follows. But I'm not saying that because that is wrong. I'm just saying that I'm just doing it this way because not that kind of guy. People who do that become very successful, some of them. So, you know, that's not a bad approach. It's just not my approach. But that being said, use Twitter to join the Run It Once Discord and announce your streams. Announce your streams on Twitter. Put your Twitter info in the channel so people can follow you and know when you're streaming, if they like you. Yeah. And just, you know, what makes a good stream for me as a poker player and as a stream watcher is if people talk about their hands, and that's what I do a lot on the stream. Not right now because I'm talking to you, but generally speaking. Here I am gonna... I'm not gonna raise, it's a bit thin. And I also don't like the song. Wow, Jesus. Nope. It's gonna get interesting here. Hold no... We hold the top pair. We don't hold any clubs. We're not blocking straights much except with the 5. Let's call. Now to get turn. This is an interesting board. We're gonna check. We're not gonna fold. Man, I don't know what to think about that. If it works for you, then fine. But be very careful with PPP poker. I've heard a lot of stories where people, you know, couldn't get their money out and where they banned winning players or just flat out people they didn't like. So they're not really regulated, and I personally I'm staying far away from them. I know there's very good action on the site, but I am very suspicious of them, and I would like, you know, if you make profit there and you can't get the money out, then what good is that? Take it on here, by the way. I'm not asking for donations. I haven't even set up donation stuff. Some people were very kind and subscribed to me, which is still surprising to me as fuck, basically. Sorry for the swearing. I usually don't do that on stream. I'm not. But it was surprising as fuck. And so I got some cheers and, you know, stuff like that. But as I said, I'm happy playing poker and having some people keeping me company. That's not the only approach, I am aware of that, and you know, who knows, maybe I'll change someday and do it differently. Right now I dig the way I do things. Sure, I can give you a follow, hang on. Done and done, my friend. And thanks for your follow, it's very kind. And in case you're absolutely hell-bent on doing this, on doing poker and streaming, I don't know how much you know about poker, but at least read up on bankroll management and follow very conservative bankroll management. That will help you, especially in your situation. You can't do anything. We have nothing, we block nothing. Well, the 8 is a slight blocker, but essentially we have nothing. Still gonna check here. And fold. And the Twitter is not, at least for me, not so much for, also for reaching some new viewers, but it's mostly for the people that are kind enough to come back almost every day and obviously like the stream a little. And to let them know when I'm online, and should they wish, then, you know, they can join. That's what I use the Twitter mostly for. Of course I use the hashtags and the ads and all that, but yeah. Interesting hand down here. We have the backdoor, we block the nuts by having the queen. We have 2 pair, we have the backdoor flush. We're not blocking clubs, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think I'm gonna bet, and then I'm gonna bet it big. It comes over the top. It gets difficult, so let's hope he doesn't. Oh, sorry for that, some light stretching. You know, I think I have to call him. If he did this with the nuts, then the more power to him. See if he has them. He does not. We run. Pure. Phew. We get a nice hand right afterwards. I mean, he had top pair, the queen blocker, gutter as well, and a flush draw, but I don't think that is a race, my friend. You could be in bad shape there, not having the nut flush draw, which I don't think he did. Right? Let me check up on that. There's a huge splash happening here, but we cannot compete. But it got folded to us on table 3. Yeah, I will take you up on that, man. You heard it here first. JCVF is gonna take me to Vegas, all expenses paid, and I will be there. Been in Vegas once before, the fun week there, playing Limit Poker, Limit Hold'em. Over Christmas when I was working in Canada. And I don't mind going back. So yeah, get famous, man, get to it. If it's an option for you, very much consider Run It Once. With the streamer promotion they're having, you get some exposure right away. They have a Discord, like a chat, where you can tell when you're streaming. Well, Jesus, then sell it. Then sell the poker. Then sell the ticket if you need the money, then that's the better approach. Sell it, my friend. Okay, here I get this bet size with the gutter not blocking much. Well, I'm blocking a little bit actually. Hang on. Nah, the bet size a little bit too steep. See if we can... I'll fold this and check out if it's a good fold. King Jack 7-3, huh? And the button. King Jack 7-3 it was. 3 in there was what made me fold it, by the way, in case you're wondering. And it wasn't well suited, it was the bad kind of suited there. King Jack 7-3. Checking here with the gutter. It is! It is the exact cutoff where you are supposed to fold. Well done me, I'm happy. Cool. Here now I have an open-ender, so I'm checking again. No, I don't want to get raised out of this hand. Now we can't do anything but fold. This is a horrible song, hang on. Getting on my nerves a little bit. It shall never be played again. Completing here, down here. I'm actually gonna raise this. I don't want to be calling here. Let's either fold or raise in my mind. I'm just gonna check it. This is a decent, not a horrible board. We do have the open-ender, we have overs. I wanna bet it. I'm never winning this pot, so I'm betting. Trying to take it away. Would make sense that I played like a king 8, even a king 10, like this. A nice spot on another table. Here, I'm gonna raise it right away. Yeah, JCFP, just Google 2 plus 2, the way I wrote it in chat. And you'll find it, just put it in Google. And with yeah, that's the trouble. When you're a new account, it's gonna be tough to sell it, so I don't have any further advice, unfortunately. And I can't play that music because of copyright concerns. I'm exporting my videos to YouTube, and I don't want to get any copyright strikes. So unfortunately I can't play that song. So here with the 9 in our hand. I'll bet this on the bigger end. Yeah, I play 4 tables and I have my bankroll is doing very well. I could play a PLO 20 already. A fold there. For Pot Limit Omaha, me personally, I want to have at least 100 buy-ins for every level, and I have more than that for Pot Limit 20 for the next higher limit. Playing with anything than less than 100 buy-ins is a recipe for disaster. Unless you can easily put no money into your bankroll, then it's a completely different story. But if you regard your bankroll as being absolute, this is a horrible river, but at least we're in position. It's not the worst one, the flush doesn't complete. Just gonna check behind now. Will be beat sometimes, not often though. So we had a pair and a flush draw there. Right, and I'm actually gonna go on break fairly soon. A nice splash pot. Yes, I had the suspicion it might be open, but then I thought, nah, you know what? With the 3 in there, the bad suits, probably not. Check with the good suits. It would be an open. Would be right at the cutoff. Jesus, what kind of music is that? The hell? Please no. So, for today, so far, first stream. Let's see, I've been streaming for almost 3.5 hours for the first stream. Gonna go on break fairly soon. And I'll be back in an hour, like at 6:30. 1 hour from now. And I'll be streaming, you know, until I can't anymore today. Until I get too tired. And we ran into quads 3 times. When we had top full house or just a wonderful wrap. And with all that being said, we are basically breaking even. Like 3 euros away from breaking even. Gonna see bet here this time. Ran like the sun. Jesus, yeah. I did. There's no denying that. He checked behind here, so now I'm gonna bet again. Blocking absolutely nothing, but if he checks there, he calls. Good for him. See what he calls with, like an ace-4. No, if flush actually, a small flush. Get the aces. I'm gonna raise it here now. Sorry for keeping you waiting, guys, at the table. Yeah, but in your experience, how much folding do you see at the micros? Yes, it does have no limit hold'em. This is horrible. Well, we do have the ace of hearts, so I'm gonna continue and I'm gonna bet big on the river again. We should have bet bigger here to set up a nice sized bet. Feeling is not gonna fold, but I also have the feeling that I'm not gonna win this unless I bet. I like the spot. These have 8s. Nah. Queen have flush and some sort of straight draw there. What do you have on the flop here? 6-3, not even a straight draw on the turn. He had an open ender, but then he also had the flush there. So he called with just the hearts. I probably lost the minimum except for the river bet, but I have a feeling even if I had potted the flop, he would have been in there. He seems to be very call happy. Yeah, I have no idea about the deposit options that you would have from the Philippines, or if you can even play there. You have to check on the site. They have all the information on the site itself. Okay, here I called, get a pair, and that's pretty much it. Here I don't know why I just limped, or completed I should say. I think it's time for a break. Yeah. Let's take a break for a while. So JCBF, I hope I was of some help regarding. I'm gonna fold this, that's cool. This, however, I'm gonna raise. And should you go the streaming way, and be careful, like with PP poker and mistaken you and all that, and the more shady sites. But all in all, best of luck to you. Betting half seems okay here, top and bottom. Blocking straights a little. Tight aggressive, huh? Let's wait a little and then check. Not sure why the table opened, to be honest. I think I have to fold this out of position. Yep. Get a nice hand there, right away again. The ace 8-7-7, wonderfully double suited. Oof! Also a very nice hand. King Jack 9-10. 10-9, I mean. Double suited. Not perfectly so, but who are we to argue with these cards? Oof! Might be a good one. So he has a 10. A 10 and a queen would be awesome. Yeah, regarding the deposit options, as I said, JC, check it out on the site. I honestly don't know. And I'm pretty sure I use Skrill, but I'm pretty sure Skrill is not. Well, I actually don't know if they're active in the Philippines at all. No idea. At any rate, it has been a very fun 3.5 hours, and we broke even after having gotten quadded 3 times and losing a 180 BB pot. Well, 360 to some sort of bad beat, I seem to remember. Yeah, it was a fun session. I'll take a break for about an hour, and then I shall be back. Thank you for joining in. My name is Nut Raisin, and let's play more poker in an hour. Thanks for watching, guys and girls, if that's the case. Bye!